All right, well, first, I want to wish a belated happy birthday to Cassie here.
Thank you.
You had a special day, and then your throat got sore.
Yeah.
Because of allergies?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I was in Alabama this weekend. We were presenting about what we do, how we do severe weather in Oklahoma.
You and David.
David and I, and it was such a great time. I get off the plane here, and I just feel ill. I am sick. My throat is killing me. It's not good. It's almost like I have a cold, but it's not quite there yet. I hope it's just allergies, but yeah, the pollen's a little high today.
It is high, yeah.
And it's windy, of course, in Oklahoma.
Oh, look at that.
That doesn't help anything. So I've got to show the allergy index because I cannot be the only one that is suffering today because of this pollen. It's really the cedar tree pollen that's so high today, but it's very high. We still have some mold out there. It's actually more moderate today, but yeah, nonetheless, we've got to be dealing with that. And we're also dealing with all of this wind. This is our tower camera, part of our air covered sky cam network. You can see the camera is clearly shaking. It's 57 degrees. We have a sustained wind out of the northwest at 30 miles an hour right now. That will help to keep temperatures seasonally cool today. We're at 57 degrees in Ponca City, 57 here in Oklahoma City. We're already in the low to the upper 60s in parts of the south and east. And everyone's got sunshine, but we also have a very breezy northwest wind. In fact, we've already got a gust of 45 miles an hour up there in Alfalfa County. 41 in Woods County. It's all going to continue to kind of trend as we go throughout the day. We're talking very breezy conditions, gust between about 40 to as much as around 50 miles an hour. I think if we see the gust around 50, that will be staying in the northwest part of the state, but even central Oklahoma still under that wind advisory, not only for today, but that's going to go through tomorrow as well. So the problem is it is completely dry across much of the state, especially out to the west. Have not seen any big reports of any big fires today, but we have had a couple in the north and west, and we actually have a couple of storm trackers out there just kind of monitoring things. But we also have a lot of burn bans, especially in western Oklahoma, where rainfall has been basically none, okay, over the past, well, few months now. We are really dry in that part of the state. So here's the big storm system over the northern half of the United States. You can see the cold front moving off to the east, some showers, some moisture associated with it out there. But behind that, we have a strong pressure gradient associated with that storm system. And it's just going to continue to spill in that very gusty northwest flow. That's going to move off to our east over the next couple of days, and things look pretty quiet around here until we get to the weekend. We're going to have a storm system kind of move through and bring us at least a slight chance of rain. I think the better chances will end up staying in eastern Oklahoma, but nonetheless, there is a chance after that. Things just look pretty quiet here for a while. I think by the time we get to about late week of next week, we could see our pattern change a little bit. And then we could get some moisture in here, maybe a couple of storm systems. So, you know, for today, it's obviously going to be dry. It's going to be windy. We have dormant vegetation. So the fire threat, especially in central and western Oklahoma, it's high to extreme. Over the next couple of days, it's still going to be moderate to high. And then after that, it looks like things begin to quiet down fire threat wise. So for today, a high fire threat in central Oklahoma. The farther west you go, the more extreme that fire threat will become. Temperatures will make it into the lower 60s later today. We're talking the mid and upper 60s in southern and southeast Oklahoma. Overnight tonight, it's going to get pretty cold again. That wind's going to subside a little bit, only between about 10 to 15, with temperatures dropping down into the lower 30s, the upper 20s to the north, the upper 30s to around 40 degrees down to our south. Tomorrow looks pretty similar. We're going to have highs back in the mid 50s to low 60s to our south, a northwest wind between about 15 to 30, but it's going to be a little bit more windy in northwest and western Oklahoma. So that is where we have that extreme fire threat once again for that part of the state. But the farther east you go, the fire threat will lessen, but it is still going to be high even here in the metro. So your 9-day forecast, not really seeing a whole lot of rain chances by any means. In fact, it's not going to be until Saturday before I think we can get at least a slight chance of rain in here. Hopefully that will change. But outside of that, it's just going to be fairly mild. I think by Wednesday, once that storm system really passes off to the east, we're going to start to see a little bit cooler weather. Those overnight lows a little chilly as well. But that wind's going to be sticking with us. The only exception really is going to be on Wednesday. But by the time we get to the weekend, it looks pretty nice. Temperature-wise, it's going to be mild. But any rain chances, I really don't see a whole lot of those right now. It looks pretty quiet. So our biggest threat over the next several days is really going to be the fire threat.
Yeah, because still a lot of dormant vegetation out there.
Yeah, very dry.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Cass.